In this session, let us see how we can read from a file and write to a file using C. In order to read a file, the file must exist. Otherwise, if the file is not available, it cannot be read or the contents cannot be read. The C program that wants to read a file should be aware of the file name. Now let us assume that the file resides in the same location or folder as the program that accesses the file for reading. Now within the code, we use the function fopen to access a file. The function fopen is part of the standard C library stdio.h header file. The syntax of fopen is like this. It expects two arguments, the first one being the file name and the second one is the mode. Both these arguments are strings. The second argument, mode, can be either R, that means you open the file for reading, W, meaning you open the file for writing. Well, when you specify W, and if the file already exists, the file will be overridden or overwritten. If the file already is not available, then a brand new file will be created. You can use A for appending to a file. You may use R plus W plus or A plus for both reading and writing. And you may specify WX or W plus X if you want to have write support but do not want to overwrite the contents. Now fopen returns a file pointer, which is also sometimes called as a file handle. Now this file handle is a type def that is defined in stdio.h. Once a file is opened, we can use functions like fgetC, fgetS, fscanf, etc. to read the contents from the file. Similarly, we can use fputC, fputs, fprintf for writing. After we are done with the operations on the file, we should use or we must use fclose to close the file. Fclose requires a single argument, which is the handle of an open file. Closing open files are considered to be a good programming practice. Now, if a file is not closed, it is possible that its contents can be changed by you by mistake. Also, say for example, when writing to a file, fclose completes writing the data to the file because some data may be in a buffer before that is actually written to the file. So that means essentially you ensure that flushing of the file buffer happens. So don't skip this.